someone just walked by with an amazing comment to you, and it said, "Happiness follows you wherever you go."
Well,
talk to us about that, because that seems to me the purpose of the sock.
I'm grateful for that. Yeah, the larger purpose of the Pinksocks movement is just that.
Yeah.
People always ask me, and they probably ask you, well, what is this about? What does it mean?
Yeah.
And the answer hasn't really changed much from last year when we spoke, which was, I don't really know what it means. Whatever it needs to mean for you is what it needs to mean.
Yeah.
But what I do know is everywhere around the world, it's a bunch of people who, and the labels on the socks now say this, the front of the label, and you see me tweet this all the time in a tweet when I welcome somebody new.
Yep.
The front of the label says, "The world is full of good. When you believe it, you see it. Keep doing that." And so, as you well know, when you wear the pink socks, you see somebody else that wears the pink socks, or the person that comes up to you and says, "Hey, I like those."
Yeah.
That's that connection of somebody that's like-minded, that's wanting to be part of something that's happy and positive, and that's throwing good energy into the world. And there's all kinds of companies, organizations, hospitals, causes using the pink socks for some wonderfully good things all around the world. And that's really what it's about.
Okay, so let's talk about that one for a minute.
Okay.
I was following your Twitter the other day, and you posted something about a group in the Netherlands that had appended a definition to the socks. Mm-hmm. Just give us a flavor of what these represent to people all around the world. I mean, they're very different. For me, they're designed for people.
Right.
They remind me to be empathetic for anyone who I encounter.
Right. In healthcare, the general theme seems to be that it's patient-centric. Yeah. And so, as we've seen develop, different companies all around the world, it could be patient experience, patient design, empathy is a big one. Our good friend Maram in Texas, in Austin. I mean, the folks at Dell Med School, Clay Johnson, the dean there, said, "Come on in, we want you to give pink socks to the med students."
Ataxia was one.
Ataxia, which is a rare disease over in there's a guy in Wales that's helping drive global awareness for ataxia. There's a group in the Netherlands that uses it for Alzheimer's. There's a group now we've kind of gone out beyond what we say traditional healthcare. Your own Toss that just went by from Phillips, he's got pink socks. Yeah. So
there he goes. Yep.
So your own and his team, Hans Notenboom, his number 2 guy. They use it for digital innovation and for Phillips, and there's the Netherlands has really taken off with the socks. The Minister of Health, Eric Gerritsen, and his whole crew, Herco Koemans, and everybody inside the government there, got a whole bunch of socks, and between Lucian Engelen and at Radboud University Med Center and Reshape and what he's done. I'm also now part of the advisory board of the Dutch Innovation School there. I mean, Dutch people are just super friendly to begin with.
Yeah.
And so when you fold in fun pink socks, it's contagious.
Makes it amazing.
I mean, it's just like him running by. We're all connected. This tribe of people are friends, and we had a pink socks meetup here the other day on Monday, and I always have these off-site. So it's not in a fancy hotel. I try to find a local dive bar where the locals go. So we just kind of go in there and make that bar owner's month. Yeah. And the bar owner said, "Hey, when we all left, there was about 100 of us that came, and he just kept saying, I can't thank you enough for coming and doing this." And he goes, all of these people were so nice and friendly.
Yeah.
And he goes, "I just can't thank you enough." So there's not one person in the Pink Sox tribe that isn't somebody that you wouldn't, that you wouldn't want to hang out with. They are the kind of people just like us. I mean, we're happy, friendly people, and it's a giant community, and it's really, it's like any other kind of community. The community helps kind of police itself. And if this is your community, if this is your tribe or your family that you want to be a part of, and it's for some it's not, this isn't their thing.
Yeah.
And we're able to do some good cross-pollination with other social communities. Mm-hmm. In fact, I'm actually wearing one. I'll give a shout out right here to it's #HelloMyNameIs, and this started in the UK, and so. And the Pink Sox are big in the UK and all through the NHS, and I mean, it's fascinating to see how it's taken off. But a gentleman named Chris Poynton started this movement, a few years ago after his wife passed away, and she had a bad experience where she was in the hospital and nobody they were not calling her by her name. She didn't know any of her caregivers' names. The doctor, the nurse, and said, "Look, we need to humanize this. I just need to know what your name is. Call me. Hey, Todd. Yeah. Hey, I'm Nick. I'm going to take care of you. This is Sally. And so they started this thing that says, look, it's really important for that human connection to say, just people hearing your name is good, right? It's just like a hug is good. Someone saying your name, that's nice. And so they've got this whole movement around the world now, where providers, nurses, doctors, the whole team, when they wear their hospital badges, the little holder that you put your badge in, Intermountain's probably got one. Across the top it's "Hello, my name is," and then so it says to somebody reading that, this is who I am, and I want you to call me this. Humans. Don't call me Dr. So and so or nurse. I want you to call me. My name is this, and this is how we're going to interact. And I think that's wonderful. And so. And again, if you follow his hashtag, that group, hashtag Hello My Name Is, you'll see people from all over the world that are just the happiest, smiliest people that you want to see. And I was talking to Colin off here a little earlier, and there's so much negative stuff out there to read, right? I mean, the news and look, I try to avoid that as much as possible. I follow groups that are all about happy, smiley things. So like the Hello, My Name Is movement, or the Pinksocks movement, or other communities, the healthcare leader community, that are people that are in there, not being hateful. They're trying to help people. They're just trying to, there's enough outlets for negative stuff. Let's just tweet and talk about happy stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, so
I mean that's why I follow you. You don't tweet anything that's negative.
No, I refuse.
Right.
I refuse to add to that bucket.
Good, and that's the way we should do it.
I know you're busy. I'm gonna ask you one more question.
All right.
It's human. You're connecting us. How are we doing?
I say we're doing great.
Yeah.
I mean, look, it's not really about the Pinksocks.
Yeah. It's about you.
It's about you.
It's about the person who just walked by.
Yeah, that's right. It's just once upon a time it was about the socks. The first time it was the engagement, but then after we go, now I know Todd, and now it's about you. And so, if Pinksocks isn't your thing, do something else that helps you engage with someone, that almost forces an engagement when you're sitting on the plane or the train or the bus stop or in line at the grocery store or the post office. What is your thing that would get somebody to say, hey, that's a nice pin, or that's a nice hat, or that's a funky tie you're wearing, or what's just to get a stranger to say, hey,
let's talk.
Let's talk. And then that's your opportunity to connect with that person and say, hey, my name's Todd. What's your name? And, a lot of good stories get shared from people who are complete strangers. I've had the most awesome experience.
I've met them in airports wearing my socks.
Yeah. We travel all the time, and you're like, I hope nobody talks to me. I just want to be alone. So, I even bought, those Bose air canceling things, years ago.
Yeah.
Well, now that I've fallen off into this Pinksocks movement, I don't wear those anymore because I want to hear the story, the person sitting next to me. And I've heard, number one, the flight goes by super fast.
Yeah, it's a much better experience, isn't it?
And you hear all these stories. You see pictures of their kids, their dog, their grandkids. They tell you stories about being in the military. They tell you the stories about, losing a spouse or a child, or just heart speak. And let's keep doing that.
Let's
keep doing it.
Man, it's so good to see you.
It's good to see you.
Thanks as always. Fourth time around.
Yep.
Let's keep doing it.
Let's do it. Let's get the hug in here, man.
Hug more fearless. It's awesome. Thanks, buddy. Good to see you too.